Hello, Internet! Matthew here with another episode of Whiteboard Hero, where I bring you an expert in a thing and they tell you about the thing.
Thumbs up at the end.
Thumbs up at the end.
That was a nice, like, closing.
I know, right? I'm here with the beautiful Andrea Cillo, and she's an expert in acupuncture, I know from personal experience, and she's going to talk to you about...
tongue and pulse diagnosis.
Sounds like fun.
Alright, so for most of you who've ever gone to acupuncture, you've probably had your acupuncturist tell you to stick out your tongue or they feel what's going on with your pulses. And I bet you're wondering why they do that. And the reason why that we do that is because it gives us a reading of what's happening within the organs within your body. So, because it's a lot easier to draw pictures of tongues, I did that. So this is your tongue. And as you can see, different areas of the tongue correspond to different areas of your body. The very center tells us what's going on with your digestive system. The sides will tell us what's going on with the liver and the gallbladder. This little section here towards the front tells us what's going on with your lungs. And the very tip of the tongue tells us what's going on with the heart. All the way in the back here tells us what's going on with the lower jowl. So what the lower jowl is this lower kind of section of your body, okay, from the belly button kind of down to a pubic bone. So that's the lower jowl. And then different things that we see here in these different areas will tell us what's going on. So, for example, most everybody has a crack right down the center of their tongue. And what that means for us is that there's inflammation within your digestive system. So
you mean somebody who doesn't have inflammation in the digestive system won't have that crack that so many people have in the middle of their tongue?
Yeah.
Huh.
And
Okay.
the reason why most of us have that crack in our tongue is we have a very inflammatory diet. So
There's pretty much soy, corn, and wheat and everything.
And we also like to eat a whole lot of meat. So way more than what our proportions actually should be. So
We're going to argue about what the proportion should be, but that's okay.
We'll talk about that later. So another thing that some people will have is that the tip of their tongue will be very red. What that means is that there's heat within our heart. And heat within your heart could just very simply be that you are upset or angry about something. Like the job that we hate, or the argument that we just got into with our significant other, or something like that.
Okay.
So that can cause like a red tip on our tongue. Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm remembering stuff from massage school. I remember that we talk about like conditions like dampness and other things, and manifesting as like saliva or foam, or is that some of the stuff that you would look for? Scalloping, like I remember all these terms are just flooding into my brain.
Yep, absolutely. So aside from looking at the tongue as just telling us what's going on with specific organs, we can look at the entire tongue and get an idea of what's going on with the whole body. So if it's puffy and scalloped, for example, what that means is that there's actually spleen deficiency. And within spleen deficiency also comes things like dampness. Okay, so a lot of times you might see that it's kind of puffy and scalloped, but it'll also be very wet. You can also, the coat that's on the tongue tells us a lot of what's going on with the body. Most people will have a thin white coat. That's very normal. If there's no coat, if there's like patches that have coat and patches that don't, patches are actually yin deficiency. Okay. So which manifests like dryness, but it's not actually the influence that we had spoken of in our other segment. Which I should have specified that those are external factors. Darn. Okay. Anyway, so it's a different manifestation that's causing similar symptoms. But yeah, that patchiness is actually yin deficiency. So that's different ways of using the tongue to kind of get an idea of what's going on within the body.
Got about 30 seconds left. Tell me about the pulse.
All right, pulse. Pulse is basically kind of like reading what's going on down the river. In another segment, we were talking about the channels and how they're kind of like a river. So if the river bumps over a rock, it makes sense that you feel the ripples that happen down the river. And that's what we're doing when we're feeling pulse. We're feeling what those ripples are and the different ways that the river or the water that's running through will ripple. So it's not just
the up and down of the pulse.
Yeah, it's not just the up and down. It's not just the strength. It's how wide the vessel feels. It's that there's different qualities in there. And then different positions with the pulse, again, will tell us specifically what's going on with different organs.
That sounds awesome and very cool and very much appreciated. Thank you very much, Andrea. So this is Andrea and Matt with Whiteboard Hero. Hope you got some value. Catch you on the next one.
See you later.